Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Balaba, Girbhardhari. Gopi Jana Balaba, Dari Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Jana Ranjana Shodanandana Jana Ranjana Jamna Tira Banachari Natira Banachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Nitya Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Jai Jai Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jai Om Vishnupad Brahmanispada Shashi Srimate Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ji Ki Jai Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai Naam Charan Shri Das Thakur Ki Jai प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री विजय गदाधर शिवसती गौतम की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गौगोपनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय वृंदावन धाम की जय नवदीप धाम की जय गंगा माई की जय जमुना माई की जय तुलसी देवी की जय भक्ति देवी की जय गौर निताई की जय श्री श्री राधा गोलोकानंद की जय श्री श्री गिरिराज की जय Gaur Premanande, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga, Shri Prabhupada Ji ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vasudevaya. So we are continuing our reading of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 61, and we are reading verse 34, and it seems like these verses are connected, so I will have to include 35 and 36. Very well. Tam andadrityai vedarabho Dushtaraja chodita Shankara shananam parihasam Babase kala chodita Tamandriyate veder bhavo Dushtaraja chodita Shankara sananam priyasam Babase kala chodita Tamanandritaya breder bhao Dushtaraja chodita Shankara sananam parihasam Bhavase kala chodita Nanadabarbo chodita Shankara sananam parihasam Prahase kala chodita Sanadaditra Adana chodita Yasan Bhavase kala chodita Tamandatraya brother bhavo Ruchirajana chodita Shankar sananam parihasam Brahmasaya chodita Samanandatraya Rajan chodita Sankara pariyasam Paraseka chodita. Word to word translation. Tam, that voice. Anaditra, disregarding. Vedarbhai, Rukmini, prince of Vidrabha. Dushta, wicked. Rajanya, by the kings. Chodita, urged on. Sanskashanam, to Lord Balram. Parihasam, ridiculing. Bhavase, he spoke. Kala, by the force of time. Chodita, impelled. Translation by the devotees of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada Ji ki jai. Urged on by the wicked kings, Rukmini ignored the divine voice. In fact, destiny itself was urging Rukmini on, and thus he ridiculed Lord Balram as follows. Please repeat. Urged on by the wicked kings, Rukmini ignored the divine voice. In fact, destiny itself was urging Rukmini on, and thus he ridiculed Lord Balram as follows. Om Gyantarmandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurutmilimina Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutle Samirupagadhamayam Dadati Sappadantikam Vancha Kalpatrubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Vachapatitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Udait Gadadhar Shri Vasati Gaur Bhakt Vinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So in this verse now you can see here how Rukmini is ignoring the divine voice. So the translation is, urged on by the wicked kings, Rukmini ignored the divine voice. In fact, destiny itself was urging Rukmini on, thus he ridiculed Lord Balram as follows. Now, in the Tikas, only Jiva Goswami has commented a little bit on this. Jiva Goswami says, he ridiculed Balram, who was capable of destroying everything immediately, Shankarshanam. So Lord Balram has that capability. Or he mocked the second member of Swam Bhagwan Chaturvayam, or he mocked Swam Bhagwan, means Lord Balram himself, So it's very concerning when the divine voice is called Akashvani. Akashvani means, Akash means sky, Vani means voice. So the voice coming from divine means coming from the providence. So that's called Akashvani. And that's what this divine voice is, or is celestial announcements. And these are heard from the sky. And these incidents happen, especially when Lord is visiting the earth. So who else is coming? All the entourage is coming, and all other demigods are watching very carefully also. So demigods, many times they are present. When Lord is there, they are present in the sky at times. So they are witnessing things, at times. And especially when the Lord comes. So all the devotees of the Lord, including some demigods, they are very, very interested that what Lord Leela is, what He's doing. So they are very curious all the time. And they tend to witness some incidents from above the sky, and sometimes they may say things. So this is called the divine voice, and this is called Akashvani. So, and Akashvani is intervention of or witnesses by the divine to inform, basically, and to protect dharma. I mean, they will always say things as per the dharma, as per the religious principles, And these occurrences are very significant. I mean, they are very valuable because these are divine truths, and many times they foretell what's going to happen or what has happened. So it reflects on events, and it guides the devotees, and just sometimes tells even forecasts, so that happens, And what happens is when you hear the divine voice, some take it very seriously and others choose to ignore it. Now, in this case, what does Rukmani does? He ignored the divine voice. He didn't care. And in translation it said, because he was influenced by these wicked kings, so his mind was set that way, So he was so overtaken by the urging of the kings, wicked kings, so he didn't care about, because sometimes you're angry, so you have your own point and you choose to ignore, in spite of the fact you know that you're wrong. That happens in our lifetime. Many times when you're angry, I mean, you might be wrong, but still you want to prove you're right. So that happens in this case, And it's not that it has happened first time, There are many examples of Akashvani. Akashvani means divine voice. That it's not the only incident, Like one of the prominent incidents is it's mentioned in Canto 10, Chapter 1, that when Kansa was marrying his sister, so it was forecasted that Kansa, you are become so overwhelmed and happy to marry your sister, but the 8th child of Devaki will, because of your death. So this was said immediately. And what did Kansa do? He took it seriously. He didn't ignore it, right? He said, okay, that's what's going to happen. He immediately, so people's reaction was different. There is a demon. Demon means you don't want to follow the principles of dharma. That's what demon is. There are suras and asuras. Suras are people who follow the dharma. Asura is the persons who doesn't follow the dharma. So demons are, they don't follow the dharma. They will cheat, they will do anything just to propagate themselves in their nice position. So these are asuras, And now the thing is, divine intervention happens to establish truth and to withhold dharma, So in this case, Kansa took it very seriously, that it's going to happen, my 8th child will kill me. So what did he do? He put the Devaki and Vasudeva in prison. He said, okay, I will put them in prison, then if child happen, it will happen in the prison, and then I will keep it under my control, and of course that's what he does, and then every child is born, he just takes it and kills it every time. So he does it so many times until the 8th child, So then there's a long story, So you get the gist. Some people follow the Akashvani very seriously. In this case, Vasudeva followed it. Kansa followed it. Accepted it and then tried to act on it. Now, at that time, when Lord Krishna was born, also Akashvani happened to Vasudeva and Devaki, and it instructed Vasudeva that this child is divine and you must take it to Gokula for his safety, And that's what happened. What he did, immediately followed the truth. He took the voice as is, and the things happened, doors opened, and he took the child, and then he took it to Rohini's, and then he crossed the river, and even river was very flowing up because they want to touch the feet of the Lord. And as soon as because the basket was, so Krishna was being carried as a baby, newborn on his head. So when he was crossing the river, so the river was just flowing very fast, Yamuna, So he just, then from the tip, when Yamuna touched the feet of the Lord, then the water receded. So anyhow, so this is another example where the truth is there, and that this is again Akashvani, but this time Vasudeva and Devaki, they follow it through with the instructions of the divine. So that's what it is, So that's the divine and intervention is very significant, and the one should learn the lesson that Akashvanis are always trying to establish dharma, and just telling the truth. So one should take it seriously. Now, Rukmani is disregarding it because he's influenced by the wicked kings around him. And sometimes destiny also plays the role. See, sometimes Krishna creates events accordingly, so that destiny also, sometimes you say things we shouldn't be saying because of your karmic reactions, you do things. There is a saying called Vinash Kale Viprit Buddhi. In Hindi it says, means when your time is bad, then even your intelligence doesn't work. It will propose you bad things, It's like this, you don't want to make accident, but accident happens. Accident happens because of your past karma. It's not you want to make accident, but accident happens because third party will do it if you don't want to do it. Or something else will happen. So providence can help, take charge at times when your time is not right. So in this case also, Rukmani's, because he was influenced and he had so many ideas, he never liked Krishna because of, even at the time of Rukmani's marriage, he wanted to marry Rukmani to Shishupal, So he thought that alliance would have been better, and there will be political advantage and all that prestige. So all this was going in. See, whenever incident happens, watch what's happening inside. Inside thought process in the brain is very important. Because whatever action you do, first it comes in the head as a thought. So if you're doing things, so you have to watch what you're doing in your head, always. If you're cursing someone in your head, and you don't want to say it, but sometime it will come out. Because that's what's happening. So any action before it happens in your mind, thought process. And so when you are envious of somebody and then you are instigated by others, then that gets into action. See, like in Rukmani case, I mean, he never liked Krishna anyways. And then there were wicked kings, they were suggesting, oh, you should entice him to play the game of this chess or game, just to entice him, this dice game, and because he's not good at it, you will win, and then you should ridicule him and all that, And so then, see, this thing builds on. So he never liked, there were some other issues. Now, at this moment, also some of his friends were inciting him, so he took the bait and then he acted on it. So that's, and not only that, I mean, he ignored celestial voice because he was so influenced. So his mind wasn't working properly. So anyhow, I will go to the next verse here, 35. Navishika Kovidayayam Gopalavena Gocharan Akshira Divyaniti Rajano Banaischana Bhavedarshaha. Translation is, then he insults him further, What he says, you cowherds, means the people who take care of the cows, who wander about forest knows nothing about dice. Playing with dice and sporting with arrows are only for kings, not for people like you or the likes of you. And Vishmas Chakri Thakur says, when the sinful kings were giving false testimony that Rukmani had won, a voice said, Balram speaks correctly and has won, and Rukmani speaks a lie. See, in spite of that fact, he still ignored and now Jiva Goswami comments on this. Rukmani addressed Balram in the plural, you, to indicate Balram was the associate of Krishna. You are ignorant because you are cowherds of lower birth who wander in the forest. However, this is a hidden meaning in those words by which he accidentally praises Balram. You protect Bala, the cows and the earth. You are objects of meditation, Gocharan, Chara, in solitary forest. But persons like you are not learned at gambling matches at all, because persons intoxicated with wealth, Rajana, enjoy committing violence to others by arrows and gambling. This is not seen in you or your devotees. We do not know, but your devotees know your actions, which are performed as your independent pastimes. So again, here, like he's rebuking again, in this verse, it's an insult to tell somebody, oh, you don't know, you are coward guys, what will you know about the kingly things, decision making, or playing the game of dice, So then I will go to next verse because he humiliates, then what happens? So, verse 36. Rukminiya evam vati kishto rajabhisa chopahasita krudaha prigam tadhyayam ya Jagane tam nirishmam samashadi. So translation is, the insult by Rukmani and ridiculed by the kings, Lord Balram was provoked to anger. In the midst of the auspicious wedding assembly, he raised his club and struck Rukmani dead. See, so that's the reaction. See, you do insult and you are insulting Supreme Personality of Godhead here. I mean, you don't do that. But on the other hand, if you look at it, all these are leelas. Leelas means, I'm pretty sure Rukmani is not an ordinary soul. I mean, he must be playing. I mean, in order to see the Lord himself, I mean, you just see the Lord, you are already, like you are out of the modes of material nature right away. So these are associates. They are doing leelas and trying to set examples for us to learn, So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur on this says, at the auspicious gathering, Balram raised his club and struck Rukmani. Jiva Goswami says, same thing, being mocked by the kings and Rukmani, so that even Krishna was included in the mockery. Balram killed him. Krishna was included, he said, you. I mean, you Govalas. I mean, so which means Krishna was also tending cows also. So that's what Sanatana Jiva Goswami says, it includes Krishna also, So, I mean, when you do these kinds of things, insults to Supreme Personality of Godhead, naturally there has to be reaction, So, and you know the anger of Lord is not. So when we started in the verse, Rukmani was filled with arrogance. He ridicules Lord Balram after winning the dice game. Then he mocks Balram and then boasts his superiority, showing his pride and that he's king and all that, and disrespects Balram, And like Balram ji in verse 36, in spite of these insults, Balram remained very calm. I mean, he didn't say anything, okay? And when he continuously was abusing and other kings started laughing, so then Balram's anger grew, And so it tells us that Lord has tolerance up to some extent, And then when you really go above the line, then this punishment comes in. So that's what happens, So that's what Rukmani did, So these three verses are very important because it tells us the dangers of arrogance. If you're arrogant, I mean, and if you're in pride and making mockery, and you're blinded by your position and you humiliate somebody else, not respecting other party, so it will have some consequences, And it's not first time these things have happened, making mockery of others, Like Daksha, you remember? Like he disrespected who? Lord Shiva. So he did the same thing. Daksha insults Lord Shiva during sacrifice because he didn't stand up when he came. So he became very angry, and in spite of that, I mean, he told him that look at Lord Shiva is so puffed up. I mean, and Lord Shiva didn't say anything. So this is another example. There are many examples, like Indra. Like Indra was also blinded by his arrogance and that who is this cowherd boy. I mean, he ordered rain and all that, and then Krishna has to lift Govardhan hill to protect the devotees. So this is arrogance when these people who are in powers, like Lord Indra, like he's challenging Krishna in some ways. So that's what happens. So arrogance, that's what Rukmani is doing. It's same thing with Hiranyakashipu. He's consumed with the pride and hatred for Lord Vishnu, and he's kicking his own son, and he's telling him, you are not the personality of Godhead, but Krishna is, or Lord Vishnu is. But he doesn't agree. He's in total ignorance, and not only that, he ignorance, and then he is arrogant on top of that, because he punishes Dhruva again and again just to prove his point. And in the end, of course, Lord takes charge, So it's very, very important. That's how one has to bear the the consequences of disrespect and arrogance and telling lies, and all this untruth, So dharma is very, very important, And that there are many other examples. Ambrish Maharaj, when like he was trying to fast, and then he was trying to, like Ambrish Maharaj was fasting, and he was just trying to disrupt him, in a way, So and then Krishna came for his help, and then Sudarshan Chakra was going after him, so he was running, and Krishna was protecting him. So there are many, many examples, in Bhagavatam, and Bhagavad Gita. There is like Duryodhan, so he was disrespecting and was very arrogant to Bhishma, Drona, and so many elders, He was doing so nonsensical things, And and then in the end what happens is that these people are taken care of by the Lord themselves, So actually in Bhagavad Gita there is full chapter of what you call like chapter 16. It tells you the demonic qualities and demons' qualities, And in this chapter, Krishna explains very nicely, that pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, and ignorance, these are the qualities belong to demonic class of people, or pritha, So he is describing that these are the qualities of demons, and that's what they have, And that makes them angry, harsh, and they don't deal it with gently. They do not normally know what should be done, what has to be done. They do things whimsically, according to their own desires. They do not recognize any authority. So these demonic qualities are taken on by them from the very beginning, within the wombs of their mothers. Means all these karmic things, when you are born, it's there in you, and they grow up in this way. So this way one has to, so there's a lot of learning that one should be very careful before one opens his mouth, and everything happens in your mind. Remember, before anything goes in action, so just before you do anything, just check your mind again and again, what you are speaking, what you are about to say. If something is churning in your head, sooner or later it will come out. You don't want it, but it will come out. So check your mind all the time. And these are the best examples where Rukmani is doing what he shouldn't be doing, but because his head was churning for not little time, but from long time since he married or Krishna married Rukmini or took away Rukmini, and because he didn't want that alliance and everything, because his agenda wasn't fulfilled or whatever, so he was very unhappy, and he was keep meditating on that, and then then this happened at the occasion when marriage is happening. So this is really bad thing. Anyhow, I should stop that because my time is up. So any questions, comments? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. So he knew how to play that. Haribo.
Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandar Agom Vidamaniya Vishesha Shobha Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Yasa Sakalen Priya Priti Manti Pasyanti Panti Kayanti Chiranganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami 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 Govindam Adi
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Jaya Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Jaya Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Jaya Gokula Tarani Mandala Mahite Gokula Tarani Mandala Mahite Gokula Tarani Mandala Mahite Gokula Tarani Mandala Mahite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dayate Radhe Jaya Jaya Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dayate Radhe Jaya Madhava Dayate Damodara Rati Vardhana Veshe Harini Shkuta Brinda Vipineshe Damodara Rati Vardhana Veshe Hari Skuta Brinda Vipineshe Damodara Rati Vardhana Veshe Hari Nishkuta Brinda Vipineshe Damodara Rati Vardhana Veshe Hari Nishkuta Brinda Vipineshe Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dayate 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 Vrishabhanu Dadi Navashashi Leke Lalita Sakti Guna Ramita Vishake Vrishabhanu Nadi Navashashi Leke Lalita Sakti Guna Ramita Vishake Vrishabhanu Dadi Navashashi Leke Lalita Sakti Guna Ramita Vishake Vrishabhanu Dadi Navashashi Leke Lalita Sakti Guna Ramita Vishake Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dayate 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 Karunam Kurumai Karuna Bharate Sanaka Sanatana Varnita Charite Karuna Runamai Karuna Bharate Sanaka Sanatana Varnita Charite Karunam Kurumai Karuna Bharate Sanaka Sanatana Varnita Charite Karunam Karunai Karuna Bharate Sanaka Sanatana Varnita Charite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dayate Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dayate Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dayate Radhe Jaya Madhava Dayate Jaya Radha Golokananda Radha Golokananda Radhe Jaya Radha Kananda Radha Golokananda Radhe Jaya Radha Golokananda Radha Golokananda Radhe Jaya Radha Golokananda Radha Kananda Radha Jaya Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Shri Gaura Nitai ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Goloka Nanda ki jai. O Radha, all glories unto you, all glories unto you, beloved of Madhava, object of worship for all the young girls of Gokula. You dress yourself in such a way as to increase Lord Damodar's love and attachment for you. You are the controller of Vrindavan, the pleasure groves of Lord Hari. You are a new moon arisen from the ocean of King Vrishabhanu. You are the friend of Lalita, and your wonderful qualities, friendliness, kindness, and faithfulness to Krishna endear you to Vishaka. You are an ocean of compassion, and your divine characteristics are described by the four Kumaras, Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanandana, and Sanat Kumara. O Radha, please be merciful to me. Srila Rupa Goswami ki jai. Chaito Darpanam Marjanam Bhava Mahatavagdi Nirvapanam Shreya Kairavya Chandrika Vitaranam Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam Pratitanam Purnamrita Swadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatrapita Niyamita Smarane Nakala Etadrishita Vakripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaiva Midrishami Hajjanina Nuraga Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Suhishuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari Nadanam Najanam Sundarim Kavitam Vajagadisha Kamae Mama Janmani Janmani Ishvare Bhavatad Bhaktir Hoitaki Twai Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Paditam Mam Vishame Bhavam Buddha Kripayata Vapada Pankaja Stita Duli Sadrashim Vachintaya Nainam Galadashu Daraya Varanam Gad Gaduridaya Gira Pulakarnishitam Vabrukada Tavanama Grahaneva Vishyati Yugayatam Namishena Chakshusha Pravashayatam Shunayatam Jagat Sarvam Govindam Virahename Ashlishyava Badamritam Panastumam Adarshanam Marmahata Karotuva Yatatava Vidadatulam Pato Mat Prananatastusa Evanapara. Victory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and established a life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. Oh, my Lord, congregational chanting of your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings. Thank you. Millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you've invested all your transcendental energies. They're not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. Oh, my Lord, out of kindness you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I'm so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw on the street, One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O Son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. Oh, my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name? O Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he's always my worshipful Lord, unconditionally. Sri Shasika Ki Jai.